Hello and welcome back everyone, I am the Otaku, and today we are taking a look at the DL-18 blaster pistol, or what I like to call the Wild West. Wild West is a semi-automatic blaster pistol that was released alongside the Outer Rim DLC and is available to all players through the new HUD contracts. This blaster is a favorite among smugglers and bounty hunters, especially in the Outer Rim, and I gotta say that because of its close range and single fire mechanics, I really do feel like some kind of space cowboy, with each encounter being like a quick draw showdown that you might expect in the far reaches. Now, I'm sure most of you have already unlocked this blaster and given it a whirl, but if you haven't, then feel free to check out my HUD contract guide linked in the description below for the quickest and most efficient way to do that. So at first, the Wild West was generally well received and it performed alright. But then, as time went on, a few glaring issues began to reveal themselves and everyone stopped using it. So let's go ahead and dive into the stats so we can figure out just exactly what is going on, why is there so many mixed reviews, and then be sure to stick around for some awesome gameplay and the best strategies on how to use it. Pulling up the stats for the DL-18 Wild West, we want to first take a look at the chart in the middle. Wild West starts off doing 33 damage per shot, and at 20 meters will begin to drop off, going down to 12 damage at 40 meters. What this means is you will need 4 shots for a kill within 20 meters, and after that expect to be putting out up to 9 rounds to secure a kill. However, not to worry, the Wild West is very wild, capable of shooting up to 20 rounds before overheating, allowing for up to 5 consecutive kills in close quarters. Next, its rate of fire is 330 rounds per minute. This is pretty middle of the pack, and it's not going to take home any awards. But if you're sick and tired of shooting sluggish blasters like the DL-44 or DT-12, then it can be a nice change of pace. Also keep in mind that it is a semi-automatic pistol, so you do need to hit that fire button every single time you want to shoot, and this may or may not be your cup of tea, or rather brand of whiskey. It does require you to aim really well and have very quick fingers, or you're going to be left in the dirt. Then like I said, the Wild West is very wild, and the recoil pattern on this thing really shows its true nature, having a staggering vertical recoil of 0.5 with a 0.1 horizontal to the left and 0.2 horizontal to the right, with a first shot multiplier of ×1, meaning that even in close quarter situations, this thing is going to shoot like a very powerful revolver would in real life, giving a lot of feedback after each shot and making it that much more difficult to stay on targets. Don't expect to be getting clean headshots, so you're much better off going for the center mass and just pumping out as many rounds as possible as quickly as you can. To top it off, the Wild West does have a base spread of 0.1 and increases at 0.2 per shot. So it's not a lot, but in combination with that wild recoil, it does add some inconsistency to the accuracy after a few shots. So now that we got the stats sorted out, let's talk business. What makes this blaster good and what makes it suck? First, let's talk about what sucks, because it just wouldn't be an Otaku video without talking about sucking. As I said before, the Wild West is 33 damage per shot. This means that 3 shots is equal to 99 damage and will not get you a kill. So there are many situations in which you will lose a gunfight to someone and they have 1 health left over. This is very frustrating and has a really negative impact on its overall competitiveness in small game modes where you are often having 1v1 showdowns, which also happens to be where it's supposed to perform the best. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Next, its rate of fire is 330 rounds per minute, which isn't great or bad, but as I mentioned many times, it is a single fire or semi-automatic blaster. So you have to hit that button every single time you want to shoot, and if you have used any other semi-auto blasters or burst weapons in the game, then you know there can be some issues. After each shot, there is an automatic delay before the weapon can fire again. If you don't have the correct rhythm down, then anytime you fire too quickly, the shot is not registered or fired at all, and then you need to hit that button again before it will shoot, which makes that second shot come out late. This is why many people see me use the EE3 and wonder, how can I shoot so quickly? Well, it's because I have perfected that rhythm to get the exact timing down. If you try too quickly, it can lock up. If you try too slow, you lose the gunfight. So you need to get that perfect rhythm for this to work, and it's very difficult. The second problem with this is that the controller or mouse needs to register each shot as you click the button. It then sends the signal through the system, across your network, and to the server holding the game. Due to the way that data packets are sent though, there is often a lot of problem with registering single or burst fire weapons, and it often means losing a gunfight that you shouldn't have or trading kills. In other words, automatic fire weapons just automatically reign supreme in most FPS games because of this. It's not a secret, it's been pretty common knowledge for a while, and that's why you just don't see a lot of people using semi-automatic weapons in most FPS games. Then last, the overall time to kill of the DL-18 just sucks. It doesn't even outperform blasters that are intended for medium or long range. For example, between 0 to 10 meters, the DL-18 will lose to the SE-14C, the T-21, the DL-44, the E-11, the DH-17, the A-280C, and the RT-97C. You can clearly see there is a lot of blasters mixed in that are intended for medium and long range that just downright beat it out, and that shouldn't be the case. Then, between 10 to 20 meters, it does a little bit better, but it still loses to the SE-14C, DL-44, and DH-17. Then when you factor in all the previous problems, it will further reduce its time to kill, and you just end up with a very uncompetitive blaster, one that severely needs a buff to go against at least the other blaster pistols. Now that we talked about what sucks, let's talk about what's good. No, in all seriousness though, while it's fun to use, I just can't recommend this blaster. There just isn't any reason to use it over the other ones we had before. In fact, the only blaster pistol that is worse than the DL-18 right now is the DT-12, so boy is that going to be a fun review to do later on. However, if you are like me and you do enjoy a challenge, then I have some advice for you to perform to the best that you can. So what really helped me out when using this blaster was Bodyguard Trait and Scan Pulse Star Card. Having Bodyguard rank 3 reduces blaster pistol damage that you take by around 30%. So factoring in all the previous problems with this blaster, taking 30% less damage more or less evens things out and allows you to be more competitive. At the same time, having Scan Pulse will allow you to see many enemies before they see you, giving you time to preemptively position, preemptively aim, and get many shots off before they have time to react. To further understand those techniques, I go into detail about them in my aiming guide, which I will link in the description below. So using these two star cards really helped me out, made me more competitive, and made... Okay, I can do this. 1 and 2, and gave me a much better all-over experience. Okay, you know what? So it made it not suck. There, done. So what I'm trying to say is, right now, this blaster is not really worth using most of the time. However, in a future patch, if the DL-18 gets buffed and is able to stand on its own, then feel free to just ignore everything that I said and have a nice day. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, or even donate. I appreciate it a lot. I'll see you guys next time, but until then, as always, may the Otaku be with you.